You're welcome for that seat.
Damn it.
Hi
Here
there.
we go. Here they are. Okay.
None of you can see, but there's a doggo.
Dogs everywhere. There's also a bald eagle, and I've never seen one before.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Never seen one out in the wild before.
Yeah. You know, you could have got your blanket so you didn't sit on a wet spot.
I know. I know.
Hi, we're Joe and Lisa. Those night dogs.
Yeah. I'm enjoying doing this.
Me too.
I'm glad we're doing this
Mm-hmm.
as podcast episodes.
Yeah.
We've never.
Joe's distracted. Conversations are happening. We're just enjoying the scenery.
Oh man. Okay. Sorry. I was listening to that conversation.
I know
earlier.
you were. It's all.
But yeah, I'm enjoying doing this podcast series. Sorry, guys. My apologies.
We're not professionals.
More of I just care about the people down here.
Yes, that too.
So I guess we'll just. I kind of want to start it out. If you have questions,
Yeah,
during this discussion, please send them to one of us.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I am not sitting here saying that I'm right.
No.
I want someone to prove me wrong.
Please comment. Please send a DM. Please email us if you have questions.
Whatever.
This is an open conversation.
This is an open conversation because we're talking about the existence
Right.
of God.
Open conversation between me and you, but we want others to ask their questions.
Right, because then if you ask questions, it makes me have to think.
Ask both of us.
Which is how you come up with a theory.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Like, have questions so we can think about it at all angles and say, well, let's think about this.
Right. Sorry, I got distracted by the doggo.
That's okay.
I know.
But that's what we want. We don't want to. I mean, we're not talking about a controversial topic here. We're talking about God.
Right.
So this shouldn't be a problem for anyone.
No.
If you can't positively join into the conversation, don't do it.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Yeah.
Not because we don't appreciate negative feedback. Right. It's just that
we want all types of feedback, but give it to both of us.
Yeah, give it to both of us, not just, attacking one person here,
One or the other. Yeah.
Yeah. I do kind of want to say something on the asshole thing.
Nah.
How about this? If you don't appreciate our dynamic for what it is, that is on you.
Mm-hmm.
She allows me to be myself.
I allow you to be in my presence.
That's true too. As I said in the last video, I'm very blessed to have a woman like this in my life.
Correct.
You should feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
This is what being friends is. This is being a friend.
Yeah.
Maybe you should learn how to be capable of doing something like this. Your friendships would probably be a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many people should.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. But
Anywho. So on our path to discussing the existence of God, I said I have had some rather crazy experiences lately.
Yeah.
And I mean.
You have.
I have. Yeah.
I've been with you for some of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the story that I'm about to tell you is full honesty, all truth. It's going to be rather wild because you're going to be like, there's no fucking way.
Right.
But we're talking about a living, breathing human being that's still walking this earth.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, there's proof of this.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to do something at the end of this podcast video that I hope the people watching this hear me, because it's something we've never done on here.
Correct.
Nor have I ever wanted to do on here.
Yeah.
But I need you all to hear this story, and I think you'll understand why I ask.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was down in Nashville, you were aware of this. How was I in Nashville?
There was a shift in you. You were at maybe the first day that you were down there.
When you would answer the phone calls that I would do to you, what was it like?
It was terrifying.
It's terrifying.
I don't remember which Nashville time you were talking about. You just had to give me a second. Yes, whenever you would call, it'd be terrifying.
Right. I did not know that at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Was I aware?
No, you were not aware
of myself at the time. No. And I'll tell you the point that it got. You know, I've said this before and whatever. If you have someone in your life that loves you enough to look at you and say, hey, you are not stable.
Mm-hmm.
You need to appreciate them.
Yes.
If someone has an understanding of you to this point that they know something about you that you don't, and it's not physical, it's not emotional, it's not spiritual, it's mental.
Mm-hmm.
If someone understands you on a mental level,
right,
and knows when you are acting out of character and knows what's going on with you, that is not someone you leave.
Correct. It's somebody who cares and loves you.
Yes, and they understand you in a way that no other human ever will.
Correct.
If you choose to leave that person, you are just asking for a life of misery and always trying to find the next best thing, and it never comes.
Yeah. You've experienced that.
I have experienced that. I have.
Yeah.
We'll touch on that next episode.
Okay.
So I was not in a good state in Nashville whatsoever. As I said in the last video, there were a couple nights that I was laying there, and had you not answered, had other people not answered, I wouldn't be on this earth.
Correct.
I would not be here. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Either I would have killed myself, or something would have killed me.
Right.
So, I said this to my ex-girlfriend in Nashville, who was one of the most beautiful just souls I've ever met in this life.
Right.
And I'm very grateful I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I looked at her and I said, you know, there were two people put into a situation where the survival rate was literally 0.
Mm-hmm.
And we survived.
Yeah.
Because there is no way in hell we should have.
Nope.
And I'll touch on her in the next video, but that alone is a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll know why in the next video.
Right. That's a touch of grace and a touch of God in that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But someone had enough love for me to look at me and say, you are not stable.
Mm-hmm.
My initial reaction was, what the fuck are you talking about? I live on a lake. I have my own place. I make 6 figures. I have I have a truck and a car. I have a boat. I play music downtown. What the fuck do you mean I am not stable?
Right.
You are not stable.
She had to say it twice to get the point across.
When it finally dawned on me what she was saying, she was making me she was making me face the fear that I was worried about, which was I was starting to lose my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was.
Yeah.
I was, flat out.
You were.
I was. And it took that for me to fix my life.
Mm-hmm.
Someone saying, hey, I understand you enough to know that something's wrong.
Right.
And if somebody does that at that point and you choose to not fix it, you are failing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're failing the people who love you.
Yeah.
You're failing by your own decision
Mm-hmm.
to not do something about it.
Right.
You're failing yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing I'm ever going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going to fail myself.
No.
I like to win.
You are somewhat of a perfectionist, so yes.
Right. Right.
Let me rephrase that. You're a former perfectionist. Just like I'm a former people pleaser.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it took that to realize that I had narcissistic tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't aware.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't blame me.
No.
That is how I was psychologically wired from the
past trauma that you've experienced.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have been through traumatic experiences in this life, this is what it does to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't become aware of it on your own,
Correct.
this is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
I am saying I was the same way, like I used to do the same things. It just took me to get here to figure it out.
Correct. And I met you at the tail end of that.
I would say you met me at the beginning of this.
This, yes. But
Yeah.
I met you at the tail end of when you started to change.
Yeah, right. And you've said this to me,
mm-hmm.
even though I thought I was a good person, even though I thought I was a good man,
mm-hmm.
which I, in some sense, was.
Yeah.
I am much different now.
1000%.
Yes. Which we will touch on in the next video, why I am grateful for this journey, even the bad things.
Mm-hmm.
So, being grateful for bad things.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Very interesting.
Yep.
Saying you're grateful that sometimes car accidents and brain tumors are a blessing.
Mm-hmm. Being thankful for the suffering.
Right. Just being thankful
mm-hmm.
for things that you wouldn't be thankful for normally.
Yeah.
What normal person would be thankful
Well, I mean,
for something like a car accident and a brain tumor?
Right. Like, while you're doing what you're doing, I mean, yeah, like, did I enjoy breaking my wrist? No. But I have learned so much from it, and there's
mm-hmm.
been so much just goodness that has come out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start it over again.
Okay.
Leading into this conversation.
Okay.
That I want you all to listen to and enjoy the ride, because this is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fantastic story. You are not going to believe what's about to come out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all factual.
This is true.
So how would it feel being able to meet someone you love for the second time? Imagine what it would feel like meeting someone for the first time twice.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to give yourself to them with joy and happiness and love and care.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know them. They are home to you.
Yeah.
Getting the chance to say and do the things that you didn't do the first time around, that you should have.
Right. Yeah.
That is what this experience was like. So when I was in Nashville, right towards the end of the time that I was there, I used to go take walks around where I lived at. It's really pretty over there.
Mm-hmm.
And, I would walk around and I would go to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be hitting a pin.
Yeah.
So I'd be walking around on my thing. And one day this this incredible woman, we'll just say, because wait till you hear this stuff, walks down to me. She looks at me and goes, "Hey, you're hitting a pin, right?" I went, "Yeah." She goes, "So, do you like to do that?" I was like, yeah. I don't really drink anymore. I just do this. She was like, "Okay. Can I come hang out with you sometime? I just got back from Iraq, and I really need just somebody to hang out with." And I went, "Yeah, absolutely.
Why not?"
So she would come over. We would get stoned to Jesus.
I can believe that.
And we would just hang out with each other, you know.
Yeah.
This is going to get really personal for me. I don't like saying all these things I'm about to say on here, so I'm just going to do it. But like, you know, this is why I'm capable of having this type of relationship, okay? Because she would come over with a male, and she was at a very weak point in her life, and it was understandable. So she was very vulnerable. So that's where her state was.
Right.
And she would come over, and we would just hang out. I'd play guitar. She'd talk to me about aliens and
Just have a good time.
Have a good time, yeah. Talk about conspiracy theories in an educated way.
Right, yes.
She's intelligent, you know.
Well, yeah. If you
Very intelligent. Very intelligent.
Being over in Iraq, yeah, I would.
Well, so
safely assume that she's very smart.
You know, sometimes we would just, this is important, sometimes we would just like lay on my badass futon that's up in Xavier right now in one of those damn kids' place, you know. I hope it's doing well.
It is.
I'm sure it is. Comfy as shit, though. It's actually really nice.
It was a nice futon. Yes.
God, it was nice. But me and her, we would honestly, we would just lay there and we would hold on to each other because she was at a moment in life where she needed someone just to be there. And I was too. Had nothing to do with a physical interaction. I just needed someone. I needed someone to talk to because I was losing it. Yeah. You know, with all the immense things that were going on in my life.
Right.
And she, well, I'll say that. I'll say it later. But she wouldn't talk much about her experience in Iraq. Until one night she got comfortable enough with me. And we were also, I would say we were probably near Jupiter. Fuck Mars. We were out there, dude.
Yeah.
We were out there.
So you guys were in a very comfortable state.
Yes, we were in a very comfortable state, sitting on the futon, listening to music. Lights are just off, and it's just very pretty because there's a lake there. Moon's coming in. And I stood up to go get a drink. And I looked back over at her. And she had this look on her face. Slightly like panic.
Okay.
But not knowing it, if that makes any sense. Because she didn't, because it's not her, it's the trauma and psychological shit.
Right. The look that she was having was almost like an outer body experience.
Yes. And she started crying, and I'm like looking at her, I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, and she kind of like did whatever, and I was like, "What's wrong?" She goes, "Hey, can I talk to you about something?" I'm like, "You can talk to me about anything, dude. We're just in this fucking apartment. Just me and you."
Right.
Like, who don't give a fuck? Who am I going to go tell?
Right.
And she went into the horrific stories of the things that happened to her while she was over there. And I am never going to repeat them.
As you shouldn't.
Never. The thing she told me, I'm going to just say this. There is a woman down in North Carolina that has fought for your freedom in this country.
Mm-hmm.
That most of the men walking around don't even hold a light to the incredible human she is.
Right.
She is more man than you. And for all the strong, independent women out there who think they are strong, independent women, this woman would laugh at you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have no fucking idea.
Correct.
And that night that she told me that changed our entire dynamic
Yeah.
of us being friends.
Yeah.
And it was a good thing.
Yes.
It was a good thing.
Mm-hmm. You guys were able to deepen your friendship
Yes.
after that.
I'm trying to think of how I want to go in the course of this. I'll go to that part later. So, I left Nashville, and then we weren't friends on social media or anything. She didn't have it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I left, and you know, we said our goodbyes to each other.
Yeah.
And you know, I moved. She ended up moving to North Carolina shortly after that because I told her to get out of there.
Yeah.
And but before she moved away from Nashville,
Hi there.
before she moved away from Nashville, she got into a car accident. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I knew this because she found me on social media not too long ago.
Okay.
And I also knew that she also has a brain tumor.
Okay.
Okay. So I was in North Carolina doing business, and I tried to see her while I was over there, but it didn't work out. I talked to her on the phone. And while we were talking to each other, I've never heard someone so happy to talk to me. You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man, I miss you and all this stuff like that. And she's like, man, whatever, you know. It's just the way the conversation was going. It was kind of cool because it was like she was just so happy to talk to me.
Yeah. She was joyful.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. So we were talking on the phone, and I said, hey, I tell you what. Since you have a brain tumor and you're planning on having surgery next month, can I stop down and see you? She's like, yeah, sure, absolutely. Okay. So my life went the way it did lately, and I said, you know what? Fuck it, dude. I'm going to go see one of my friends that absolutely helped me in this life. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And they have a brain tumor. So I would like to go see them. So I drive down to the middle of fucking nowhere, North Carolina.
Right.
And I message her and say, hey, I'm here at this hotel, you know, whatever. She's like, okay, yeah, I'll come over. I was like, all right, great. So she gets there. And when I open the door, she looks at me kind of weird. I'm like, she just like looks at me. And I'm like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
And she goes, she's just timid, kind of. She's like, hey. I'm like, hi, how you doing?
Right.
So I go over and like hug her and stuff. You know, she's just kind of like, oh, wow, okay. So she comes in, and she sits on the bed, and I sit down in front of the thing on the bed, and we're like staring at each other like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how's it going? She's like, it's going great. How are you? And I'm like, I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. Nice to see you.
Right.
And next thing you know, she makes this face. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm like looking at her like, what are you doing? And she sneezes, and then her eyes roll in the back of her head,
Oh shit.
and she just
Oh god.
on the back of the bed. Within the first minute of coming into the hotel room.
Right. Yeah.
I'm looking at her. I'm like, I start laughing.
Yeah.
Because on the phone call prior to that, she told me that her brain tumor was affecting her in a way that if she sneezes,
Okay.
she
Yeah.
does this.
Like passes
So
out.
I just start laughing, I'm just laughing at it.
Yeah.
I was like making sure, I'm like, you breathing? Yep, you're fine.
Okay.
So then I walk up, I go up and I like grab her hand. I'm like, how you doing?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like, I guess they do tornado sirens over there.
I guess they're testing it on a Sunday. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Ohio does it first of the month.
I know.
Every Wednesday at noon. Is that what Kentucky does?
That's in Indiana over there.
I know, but is that what Kentucky does?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I guess Indiana's different.
Yeah, okay.
So she's okay.
So she's okay. So I'm like, all right, we're laying there.
Yeah.
We start talking. She's coming back to, start talking, whatever, and I'm laying there, or I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at her, and we're just, doing our thing, and this guy starts calling her, and she keeps ignoring the phone call.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I see this 3 times, and I suddenly go, hey, you can answer the call. It's okay.
Yeah.
She goes, no, I'm not going to. I went, why? She's like, I've already explained this to him. I know we like hung out before, but after my car accident, I don't remember him. So I get rather uncomfortable around him now because I don't remember him.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So I'm sort of like, oh, well, shit. He knows this? And she's like, yeah. And he still continues to keep bothering me. And I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
So we keep talking.
Yeah.
Then it dawns on me. So I go, wait a minute. You said you don't remember him before your car accident. She goes, yeah, I don't remember him. And I go, what else do you not remember?
Right.
And she goes, I don't remember a single thing prior to that car accident.
Really?
And I go, like, anything. And she goes, it was like I was taken out of this body and put back into this body. And I came to, and everything was gone. She was like, I walked up.
But she still has all of her cognitive skills.
Yeah, like she's normal. It'd be like if I woke up today and
it'd be like Men in Black, The Flash.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
So like you're still capable.
Yeah.
But you don't remember anything.
Right. You have no memories prior to
the
accident. Holy shit. Okay.
So I'm like, holy shit. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And we start talking and I'm like, so wait a minute. So you're telling me that you don't remember a thing.
Right.
How much do you not remember?
Yeah.
Like at what level are we talking here? And she goes, I was driving because I can still drive and stuff. I was driving and I went by this house and I pulled into it and said, this looks familiar. I should know this. And she walked up to the house and knocked on the door. And this lady answered and she goes, I feel like I should know this place. And I feel like I should know who you are. The lady goes, what the fuck are you talking about? She goes, do I know you?
Right.
Are you out of your fucking mind? What are you doing here?
Right.
And then she goes, I feel like I should know you.
Right.
Who are you? I'm your fucking mom. What is wrong with you?
Shit. Yeah. Like that level.
She said that her 9-year-old daughter is, until 6 weeks ago, She just was some responsibility she had in the life that she suddenly woke up in.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, she didn't even feel like my daughter until 6 months ago or 6 weeks
Weeks
ago.
ago. Yeah.
Her 9-year-old daughter.
Right. Yeah. It's a wild thing that the brain is.
Mm-hmm. So if you're not picking up on what I'm putting down,
Yeah.
also, because of that car accident, because they started running tests on her brain,
Mm-hmm.
they figured out she had a brain tumor.
Right.
Whether it's from the car accident or just whatever,
Right.
either here or there, she has a brain tumor.
Some type of divine intervention.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So why would that car accident be a blessing?
Any traumatic memories that she had from her time in the military are now just completely gone, it sounds like. And I'm going to safely assume.
Mm-hmm.
And any other trauma she had before that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that is one hell of a blessing.
So I look at her and I go, wait a minute, wait. You're telling me that you don't remember a single thing?
Mm-hmm.
She goes, no, I don't remember a single thing. I went, so you came here to a hotel to someone that you only have pictures of from the internet.
Yeah. We were taught stranger danger, so.
She said, I was like, why did you show up here?
Yeah.
And she goes, I found our text messages.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And I read our entire conversation.
Yeah.
And I knew from those conversations that you were a good spot in my life.
Hmm.
And I went, so you don't even know what you did for me?
Right.
She goes, no. So I went, dude, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I was like, let me ask you some questions. Because we hadn't even got that. I was like, I started realizing, like, you know you were in the military, right?
Right.
She goes, I know I was in the military because I have the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
And my knees are shot to shit and my body's beat the fuck up and everything else. I'm
Right.
like, yeah. So I was like, so you don't even know what you did in the military? She goes, no. I was like, dude, you were an incredible fighter pilot. And you flew every fucking thing that flew in the Air Force.
Yeah.
You were incredible. You did some wild shit.
Yeah.
While flying in the military that I know about.
Yeah.
And you don't.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that you were an incredible fighter pilot, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You were fucking incredible.
Yeah.
The things that you told me and the things that you knew, it was incredible.
Yeah.
It also was horrific.
Yeah.
Horrific. So I looked at her and I said, I just want you to know that that car accident was the biggest blessing you could have ever received in this life.
Yeah.
Because what you don't know your body has been through
Right.
is a true blessing.
Yeah.
Be thankful for this. Be thankful that this has happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, hearing this a second time, it's still like, I have chills.
I mean, think about it, dude. Think about it tomorrow. You wake up and just gone.
Right.
Gone. You asked me one time, what would I say to you to make you aware that I was a good spot in your life?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say anything.
Okay.
You would feel it. Because.
Okay.
So I looked at her and I said, hey, would you be comfortable, since you don't know me anymore, would you be comfortable
Mm-hmm.
if we like laid down so I can just, you know, pray over you?
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, absolutely. So we laid down. Well, actually, we did what we used to do on the futon. We just kind of like lay with each other, and I was just, you know,
You're
whatever.
just next to each other.
Yeah, cuddling basically, but you know, whatever. So I'm praying over her, and I'm doing my thing, and I'm like, you know, just relax.
Mm-hmm.
And I do my thing for a minute, and we just start laying with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, I know we have been physical together
Mm-hmm.
because I am comfortable for the first time.
Mm. With someone of the opposite sex.
And she was like, I haven't felt comfortable like this.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I do makes me know that we've at least done this before. And I was like, yeah, we used to do this all the time on my futon.
Mm-hmm.
When we just needed somebody to talk to.
Right.
And she fell asleep when she was having trouble sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
She fell asleep laying there. And it was getting close to the time for her to go, so I got up and I was like, hey, and I looked at her and I said, we need to have a conversation. And I was like, I want you to know something. You had such a tremendous impact in my life that I drove all the way down here just willy-nilly to come see you. And I know you don't remember me and our relationship we had. But I want you to know the relationship that we did have with each other in that moment of time made me love you enough to come down here, and I haven't seen you in years.
Right.
Because that's how much of an impact you had on my life. I said, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. You saved my life, and you don't even know it.
Right.
And because I looked at her and said, you were the first person in person that I looked at and admitted defeat. You were the first person I looked at and said, I don't know how much longer I can take this. I looked at her and said, I'm just letting you know, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. I can't handle this anymore.
Right.
And she said to me, she said, I read through our messages and I know from reading them what I didn't do. And I'm thankful I didn't. And I was like, what? She's like, I didn't try to stop you. She's like, I wanted to, but I didn't try to stop you because I knew you needed to leave.
Right.
And I said, I just want you to know I love you. And I know that I know you don't even feel that. I know you don't because you don't remember me.
Right.
But I want you to know that I love you.
Right.
I want you to know that you are one of the most incredible human beings I have ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
But you don't remember all the crazy shit we used to do you? And she goes, what do you mean? Sorry to your mother for what I'm about to do. I'm not gonna go in full detail or anything. But
okay. I'm giving you the space to tell your story, so whatever.
Sorry, Mom. So I looked at her and I said, you were aware that you used to come over and we didn't do anything physically for quite a while, right? She goes, yeah. I went, we had that just friendship. Like we weren't doing anything, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I also was an idiot male. I was a normal male. And you text me at like 11:30 on like a Tuesday night and sent me something and I was just like, door's unlocked.
Yeah.
Door is unlocked.
Yeah.
She goes, okay. And I said, I'm not going to go into detail. But so I told her about some of the things that we did together and some of the things that
Right.
happened and how wild and crazy it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, okay. She looks at me and goes, I know you're not lying to me. And I went, how?
Yeah.
Because I told her quite some extravagant
Yeah.
stories, and I went into great detail, which
Right.
I've told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty wild, huh?
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Uh-huh.
I knew you enjoyed it on some level. It's like reading, it's like when ladies read that like book stuff, you know? And
Smut.
yeah. Fucking stupid. That's what it was.
Continue.
So she goes, dude, I know what you're saying is true. I was like, how? She goes, I was delivering packages for Amazon, and I drove to an apartment complex.
Yeah.
And I was outside of this building, and I'm looking at it, and I go, damn, I should know this.
Mm-hmm.
This looks familiar. So she goes, I went up to the top floor,
Mm-hmm.
4 floors up
Right.
from stuff.
Right.
She goes, I went up to the top floor and knocked on the door.
To deliver the package.
And this guy answers, and you know, he goes, hey, you look familiar. And she goes, I do?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, you look familiar. And she goes, well, she explains, like, I've been in a car accident. I don't know
Right.
much from beforehand. And
Maybe
whatever.
you could help jog my memory.
Yeah. And he goes, yeah, you used to hang out with the guy that lived down there. She goes, I did? She's like, oh, you don't remember that? And she goes, no.
Right.
She's like, was it good? Like, was it like
a good interaction?
a good interaction?
Like a good
He goes,
person. Yeah.
he goes, oh, honey. Girl, I've heard you screaming your head off for 3 hours.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
And that was something I told her.
Yeah.
Which brings me back to a point. We're all adults, so I can talk about sex. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
This brings me back to a point. When you figure out that sex is not just physical,
Mm-hmm.
when you figure out that sex is also mental and emotional and spiritual,
Mm-hmm.
then you will have great sex. Reach that level. Trust me.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think that's why in a lot of religions, people wait.
Yeah, I've actually said it on here.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to love somebody, remove the sex out of it. So you actually have to love them.
Because love is a choice.
Love is a choice. You choose to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't make you do this.
Fuck no.
I don't even like doing this half the time.
Yeah.
But if no one hears this, how are they ever going to know?
True.
So we are talking about God here.
Right. But that's one hell of a way to know that you're not lying.
Oh, I know, isn't it? Oh, I know. But that's why I said you would feel it.
Right.
I would just sit down here like this in front of you and say, hey, do you remember me now?
Mm-hmm.
And you would just feel it. You would say, I feel like I'm supposed to do this.
Yes, I would feel it, but you would also know that I would appreciate the words.
How would it feel if you suddenly emotionally and mentally and spiritually fucking boop, came back into it instead of a physical way?
Right. Yeah. It's pretty wild.
Because I can speak it to you all I want, but that doesn't mean you're just going to spark your memory.
Correct.
Right.
It'll help, but yeah.
It'll help, but...
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
We're
on two different levels, but we're there.
But I'm sorry, but God works in mysterious ways.
Absolutely.
Because how else would a car accident and a brain tumor be a blessing?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how I felt saying this to her.
Oh, yeah.
Pure fucking joy.
Mm-hmm.
Pure joy. I am meeting someone I truly love and cherish on this earth for the second time.
Right.
And they don't know me, but I know them.
Right. Second time for the first time.
So instead of choosing to tell her, hey, all this horrible shit happened to you and
Right.
all this stuff,
You chose.
I chose to take that to my grave
Mm-hmm.
because I want to give her a positive remembrance of her
Right.
life prior to everything else.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to go rather deep here to just give you an explanation of how much of a blessing this is.
Mm-hmm.
She looked at me and goes, can I say something really weird to you? I went, yeah, trust me, you've said some rather weird things to me. It's not going to affect me, dude. You could say anything.
Right.
Remember when I explained that she sneezed and passed out?
Yeah.
Happens frequently. You're not going to like what I'm about to do here. I'm just going to be honest. This is going to get tough. So, I knew this had happened to her because she told me on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were talking about abortion and women's rights. And she said the following. Since I sneeze and I black out, it can happen at any time. Like if I smell something that triggers something in my brain,
Mm-hmm.
if I see something like light that triggers something in my brain, I will black out.
Mm-hmm.
So one night she was at a gas station filling up her tank. The fumes, also with the bright lighting,
Mm-hmm.
the fumes, once it hit her nose, sparked her nervous system and her neurological pathways, and she blacked out.
Mm-hmm.
When she came to, she didn't know where she was, but she was being raped. And then she blacked out again.
Mm-hmm.
When she came back to, she was in the hospital. Because what had happened to her was she blacked out at a gas station and some disgusting man picked her up. Did what he was doing, and then dropped her off in front of a hospital and took off. So when she comes back to,
Mm-hmm.
she's aware that this happened. Not to mention, thanks to that disgusting man who should not be walking this earth anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that God has struck him down. She got pregnant and ended up losing the kid.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, even though I could have went and aborted it, I chose life.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want that on my conscience anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And she still lost the kid.
Right.
And she said, I was still upset about it.
Yeah.
I don't really care what people do, when it comes to abortion. I don't really care. You are not on my journey, whatever. Personally, I wouldn't want to do that, but I'm not going to judge someone who has because I am not in their shoes.
Correct. There is grace and mercy for those who have experienced that.
Right. But I have lost a kid. I know what that feels like.
Right.
Which is something I do want to say. When people say that, When women were saying, now that he's in office, I'm going to lose my rights as a woman. Like, first and foremost, no, you're not, because that's state-based, so it has nothing to do with him.
Mm-hmm.
And that I'm a man and I wouldn't understand. A white man at that, by the way.
What does that matter?
It doesn't. When you say something like that, you're not taking into account that I have lost a kid. And I know what that feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Or what if my wife was having a medical emergency and they couldn't do something because of some bullshit and she dies?
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I would understand.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't care what people do. I just don't want to live my life in a way that I have to deal with those things.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should too.
It's a fair question. It's a fair thought.
So my friend looks at me and goes, can I say something weird to you? I'm like, yeah. She's like, not like I would be into this thing, because I'm not. But when I was being raped, it wasn't like I was enjoying it. It just felt normal.
Mm.
So I looked at her and I went, hey, I need you to just be thankful that that car accident happened.
Mm-hmm.
I know why.
Right.
And I'm not going to tell you. Just be thankful that car accident happened.
Yeah.
Be thankful you feel that way about that.
Right.
I want to say something on here, but I don't want to, and you know what things I've never said.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to say that here, but I'm just not going to. I will say this. A man can be raped by a woman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then it's going to ruin anything he has for him. You know why?
Right.
What man gets raped by a woman? It does happen.
It does.
It does.
Mm-hmm. There is no double standard with that.
No, there's not. Not every man wants to do you, honey. You know, like.
Yeah.
However, you see, the problem with society is that if a man tells a girl no, then he's either gay or he doesn't think she's attractive
Right.
or whatever. A man really is not allowed to say no.
That comes to boundaries.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I say no, but I had to live through that experience of, well, if I say no here,
Mm-hmm.
what's going to happen?
Right.
I'm sure that's going to resonate with a lot of men. They're going to be
Probably.
like, you know, like I really honestly didn't really want to do it, but I guess I just did, because if I don't, what could happen?
What could happen? Mm-hmm. And that's where the double standard comes in.
Right. So car accidents and brain tumors are fucking blessings, dude.
Yeah, they are.
Blessings.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for what I know.
Right.
That I am never going to fucking repeat.
Right.
And I thank God for it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, God, thank you for giving me her burden.
Mm.
Thank you. Because I am so glad that person doesn't have to deal with it and she can have a better outlook on this thing called life.
Right.
Thank you for that car accident, man.
Yeah.
But she does have a brain tumor.
Mm-hmm.
This is a part where I like, it doesn't have to be into this, but this is what I need you all to do. You all think you all are fucking godly people, and Cincinnatians, prove it. How long have I been doing Twitter?
14 years.
14 fucking years. You know how much I have helped you all out throughout 14 fucking years? Quite a lot. So I asked my friend down in North Carolina, I said, hey, I thought you were supposed to get surgery this month. And she said, I can't because over here they won't do it. They want me to go on chemo. I can't. My body won't allow it.
Yeah.
I was like, where could you go to get this done? To get it just cut out? Because they can do that, right? She's like, yeah, I can get it cut out. I was like, okay. She's like, I could do it over in Nashville. The problem is that I'm set up here where I have somebody take care of me because I'm having issues that I can't control.
Right.
And I have a 9-year-old daughter who I would love to see graduate.
Right.
But I don't have the money to do this. And I would need to have living over there that could take care of me.
Mm-hmm.
And this is someone who has been through horrific things in this life for your freedom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to say, prove to me you are the people you all claim to be.
Mm-hmm.
Prove it.
Yeah.
What I just said, I know needs an astronomical amount of money. I get it. But I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
There is no reason why you all can't do this.
Right.
I'm talking about the Reds, the Bengals, Jeff Ruby, Bengal Jim. I don't care. You not only that, any normal people? Cincinnatians. Not only that, any normal people that work downtown, I guarantee you your companies need something to donate money to.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking tax write-off. So let's all come together and let's beat cancer.
Mm.
We have a possibility of saving a woman's life who wants to see her daughter graduate. Yeah. And she has done things in this life that none of us are ever going to do.
Right.
So prove to me that you all are Cincinnatians. Prove to me that you are the people you all claim to be.
Mm.
I'm already doing this with my company. I am going to send this video to my company and I'm going to say, give me fucking money for this. It's a tax write-off. You should also do this if you are a business owner. These are things you should do so you help your community.
Yeah.
It comes off on your taxes. Well, currently, with the IRS and everything going on, that fucking dumpster fire.
But anyways, yeah.
So what we're going to do, we have a PayPal, but if you all would like, you could just get a hold of us, because then we need to work it out, right? Because we're talking about a lot of money. She A, needs to have surgery. She B, has to have assisted living
afterwards. Yeah.
Well, during and afterwards. And we have to figure out her daughter's education. I know you all have the money. Your companies do. I know you all do. Can we please try to beat cancer? I mean, I don't want to. Should I? What's it matter? Should I? You know what I'm saying?
No.
My list.
No.
Should I?
No.
No. Okay. But seriously, guys, we have a chance to beat cancer here. We have a chance to save a human life. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it for me. Out of all the times I've helped you all.
Do it because you know it's coming from a good place and it's coming out of the goodness of your heart.
Right, man.
Like, I know some people might watch this and be like, I'm not going to do it because Joe told me to. Like, Why?
Dude, for all the people who don't like me, I don't really fucking care.
Well, my question is, why don't you want to
Like-
do something good just because someone is saying it in a passionate tone?
Right. I'm sorry. I am passionate about this thing called life.
Which you used to not be.
Right. Wow.
Don't say it like
So if you think I give a fuck because you all don't like the fact that I'm happy in life
and expresses it.
and express it, I don't fucking care.
Right,
Go stay on your misery train.
right.
I'm sorry, I'm happy. Not really. I'm a fucking happy person. I don't care.
Right. But yes, do it because you know deep down in your heart, there's a reason why you should.
Yes, there's a reason. We could save a human life here.
Mm-hmm.
So please share this video. And we haven't even made it to our third one yet.
No.
Haven't even made it. Seriously, guys.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's do it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Let's save a human life. Let's beat cancer.
Don't break your wrist. Don't break your
I'm
wrist.
fine.
I
Like,
know.
seriously, let's do it together. Let's do something together. How incredible would it be if we all could be like, hey, dude, you remember all that Bengals tailgating and how fucking great it is and how much fun we have doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's all come together and be like, let's beat cancer.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna save a human life together.
Yeah.
We're gonna put together our resources to pay for someone to have brain surgery, which I'm sure something's getting taken care of over there.
Right.
And assisted living in her kids' education.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's not an astronomical, and like it's not a
No, it's
astonishing
not
number,
outrageous.
really.
No.
But I don't have the funds for that, so it's like, okay, I know you all do. You can get tax write-offs. Here you go.
And that's where faith has to step in.
Right. I'm going to have faith in you all. That I've known you all long enough.
Right.
I'm going to have faith. That you were
in humanity.
I'm going to have faith in humanity.
Mm-hmm.
That you all are going to be the people you all claim to be.
Right.
Because I am who I claim to be.
Yes.
Absolutely. Maybe you all should be too.
Mm-hmm. And you acknowledge and claim the both sides, the good and the bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You own it.
Mm-hmm. I feel like all the people who thought they knew me
Right.
are like, oh fuck, what is this?
Right.
Yeah.
As do I. Like, I know who I am, and I claim both sides of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
As you've said it before, we all have duality.
We all have duality. There is always a dark side of you.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a Jack Daniels drinking motherfucker, and I would go out and I would be like, whatever, dude.
You'd be a typical male.
I'd be a typical fucking male.
Yeah.
The devil used to be my best friend. Used to be.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by the barge.
After a while, you get sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
After a while, you get a little tired of being sick and tired.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you could write a song with that.
I'm sure they already have.
Yeah.
But seriously, will you all help my friend in North Carolina?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not begging, I'm pleading.
No, yeah.
Because if there was anyone on this earth that deserves it, it is that one.
Yeah.
It is that one.
Mm-hmm.
But seriously, how incredible, huh?
I know, that's wild.
Seriously, how incredible.
I know.
As this was dawning on me, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. It's one heck of a revelation.
Mm-hmm. So I guess the revelation of all that would be, make sure you appreciate your life.
Absolutely. Like we touched in the last episode.
Mm-hmm. I'm grateful that I am alive still, because I really shouldn't be.
Correct. I would agree with you on that.
At certain points in time in life, I really wish I wasn't.
But I'm saying what you're saying basically just in another way. If it was not for God, I would not be alive as well. If I continued on the path that I was on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same.
But we'll definitely touch on that.
I really do just want to say, like, the next episode, we are going to go into the great details on this whole theory on God.
Yeah.
If you have questions about it, or questions just in general, or hypotheses,
For Joe or me.
Send them in.
Please.
It'll generate a conversation.
Yeah.
Because that's all this is a conversation.
It is.
We could be wrong.
Right. And like we do pretty good with just in general our back and forth. But it helps, we both noticed it helps when we have a little bit of notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing this off the cuff. I'm just rolling.
That's typically what you and I do. But I know in the next one, like, it's gonna be so deep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's gonna be very deep.
There's going to be some like back and forth. And that's where you and I do very good job at giving each other that space to let the brain process. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we get at each other.
But seriously, thank you for enjoying these videos.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like I said, I don't go to church. I'm not a religious person. So it's not like I'm sitting here being like, make sure you all go to church, go to Sunday school and read the Bible. I've never read the Bible. So that is where the next video, you need to remember, that is where it's coming from. Mm-hmm. I'm a scientific person.
Correct.
I've never read the Bible a day in my life, but I know what's in it.
You know scripture.
Never read it a day in my life.
Mm-hmm. You know scripture because I sent it to you because I'm trying to change you because you're a heathen.
I do want to say something.
Yeah.
I lost it.
Sorry.
Damn it.
FYI, that's not how you go about it, people. That's not a real lesson.
This is not lessons. These are not lessons.
What I just said is not real.
No, I like you said it. This is not a lesson. This is just two people talking about this whole thing called God and experiences that I've experienced.
Correct. As is mine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know I don't talk about it a whole lot, but we will.
Right. Like, personally to me, I just don't want to go to church. So it's like, but I hope people realize what I'm saying here is mm-hmm. like someone who's not like that is having a discussion about God. Mm-hmm. Maybe hear it from their point of view.
Exactly.
And if you don't like it, prove me wrong.
Yep.
But you proving it wrong to me has to make factual sense.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be facts, not opinion based off of what you think.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be fact and
Mhm.
truth.
Yeah.
Nothing with lies. You have got to prove it to me that I am wrong about this whole thing with facts. Because I may not be right.
You're correct.
I may not be right.
Right.
I'm wrong. I have been wrong before.
You are. I was gonna say you are a male.
I am a male. I'm definitely a man.
Yes. I'm gonna go play with the dogs.
Yeah, I guess we're done.
Okay.
But yeah, make sure you all. I hope you all enjoy this next one. I'm excited to do this one.
I hope you've enjoyed the first two so far.
Yeah, because I'm enjoying these.
Mhm.
I'm enjoying doing these.
You're finally enjoying doing this.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
All right, go play with the dogs.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat my bagel.
Oh, okay. Wait.
What?
You gotta end it.
Oh. Go. I forgot we were on here still.
Oh my goodness. Just remember, it is Cincinnati against the world, and we're at the helm.
Yep, there you go.
Good job. High five.
Give me my bagel.